Hi, everybody. This is going to be part three of my conversation on the anti black sentiments coming from Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Haiti, the Caribbeans, and all of the islands. And so the last time I was talking on TikTok, I had seen a lot of videos of anti black American sentiments coming from all of different walks of life of people who look like me. And I was just shocked and genuinely confused because I never even really thought about it before. I mean, I know a lot of people say, what's in their DNA and so on and so forth, but, history tells a different story. And it's not an argument for me because I could care less either way of what people, you know, wake up and do in their lives. But um, what was jarring was just the whole sentiment that black American people are so fucking lazy and all they do is cause trouble and cause problems, stay in jail, they just lay up and make babies and stay on the government, blah blah blah. So this is coming from people who look like me that are from all these islands. So my question is, okay, you immigrate over here, you park it into black American neighborhoods, and you set up shop. You set up your businesses. You get business loans before a lot of times before we can get them because we're still being oppressed at all cost. And the very people that you say these things about are the ones who are patronaging your businesses, your nail salons, your hair salons. Your Dominicans have all the hair salons and stuff. You set up shop in these various cities, and that's fine. But I never knew that you hated Black American people to that degree. The very people that you're living in their neighborhood and making your coin and building your wealth off of. And to me, it's shocking. Like I couldn't believe that. The same thing with the Jamaicans who are basically saying that we're lazy and stuff like that as well. And it's like, well, how are we lazy? You parked it right over there in Jamaica, Queens, and built the whole area up for yourselves with the bodegas and everything else, that businesses that you have. And those are black people, American people over there patronaging your businesses, shopping in your stores and building your wealth. So how is it that we're lazy if you are coming into neighborhoods of the people that you actually claim you hate and don't want to have anything to do with? You don't claim us, we ain't related to you. You can't look at us, you're white and all this stuff. You got all these things going on that make absolute no sense. And so I'm like, okay, you come over here, some of you come over here, however you get here. That's no here nor there. But you're in Florida as well. You're applying for, public assistance, food stamps, all the things that people need when they're just getting on their feet. Those are taxpayer dollars by the very people that you claim are so lazy and so, you know, this, that, and the other. And I'm just, I'm just trying to understand this because what have we done to you? We ain't thinking about you like that. Like we don't care what's going on, with your thoughts and your oppressor and stuff like that. But why do you have to bring us into that conversation? If you feel like because you're from Dominica and your skin is light to white, or you're brown and you still feel like you're white, and you can only identify with white people, I don't see a problem with that. But then when you say, add African American people, this, that, and the other, I'm not related to anybody in America, and that's fine as well. We can roll with that. But do you really have to go on and say all the negative things about American people and why you don't want to be associated with us? Because at the end of the day, your businesses is in our neighborhood. Because if them white folks are all that, why don't you park it over in their neighborhood and see if you can set up shop and build businesses with them? I don't see that happening. And I see a lot of times, like even with Puerto Rico, they'll complain about white people coming into their country, retiring, and building businesses and stuff, like building retirement homes and building their homes there. They don't want them there. But then you're in America saying you're white. Like, make it make sense, because this shit doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I'm like generally confused. I'm like, well, you can't have it both ways. You tell the people over here that you're Tahino or whatever Indian blood you got in you, that you're from the islands and you were here before the Africans came over there, enslaved by the oppressor or whatever. All right, okay, Ann. But history don't lie. Look in the damn mirror. I ain't even got to read the history book and look at you, your damn mirror looking like mine. And you know, as you're saying, you have all this light skin, light to bright. If you don't on these little color scale things, since oppression happened to us, the shadow slavery, which was beyond anything that I've seen on any on these other types of enslaved people, uh, we have all those mixtures of color in our family too. And though we don't have the full story, some of us, because we can't trace our roots all the way back because of this shadow slavery, which oppressed us, like, we weren't human beings, we weren't allowed to read, weren't allowed to do all these things, and we're just so bought and sold, and treated to the nines, to the worst. We don't have the full story in some cases, and that's, some do, some don't. So that's no here nor there. But in a lot of our families, we have biraciality. We have children, two black parents giving birth to light skinned children and all kinds of things. So it is what it is. But the thing about it is, we're not, um, you know, falling in love with our oppressor like that. Well, some are. That's a whole nother story. But the majority of us is not going to be falling in love with our oppressor, period, because they won't even acknowledge what has been done in the past. And I'm a child from the 60s. I was born in the late 60s. So I was born around the time right when Martin Luther King got um, assassinated. But as I was growing up, um, we were educated on, everything that happened. And it was like right at that time we were still experiencing right before I was born, which was not that long ago, experiencing segregation, which you couldn't even drink out of a water fountain next to your oppressor. And so while you guys are, doing the most and saying the most on your TikTok post about how much you love, you know, your oppressor and this, that, and the other, that's fine. We don't have a problem with that. You can love who you love and claim whatever DNA you claim, but what you can't do is get on TikTok and shit on the very people that you're making your money off of, and calling us lazy and dumb and ignorant and all the facets of crazy that you want to say about people who have endured, the worst type of treatment, and in some instances still going through it to this day, government sanction, whatever. And so it's a shame to see y'all, my cousins from the Dominican Republic, from Haiti, from Puerto Rico, from Jamaica. Hell yeah, I'm claiming y'all. I don't give a fuck what you look like. Because I know history and I know how them slave ships went over there. The enslaved ships went right on through there, just like they came over here. And you guys your ancestry didn't experience the shadow slavery, but Jamaica, y'all had a pretty rough time, And so it is what it is. I'm still learning about these things. I still follow black scholars, and I'm still trying to educate myself on my own culture, history, and stuff, because it wasn't really taught to me the way um, it should have been, because I didn't go to an all-black school. So I just wanted to throw this out here. This is, I think, part 3 for me. I'll have to split this up into a couple of parts because it's going into 10 minutes. I talk awfully slow, but I just want to get my point across that, think before you open your mouth up in your TikTok and trash black people, because the very people that you're talking about are the ones who are listening and the ones who are patronaging your businesses that are in those African American neighborhoods. Because if your oppressor was all that, you'd be in their neighborhoods and selling to them and doing all the things with them. And you wouldn't be complaining about them retiring in your home country and all, taking away your land and taking away your beach space or whatever the hell y'all be talking about. I mean, y'all so back and forth. Y'all confusing the heck out of me on all of this. And one minute you hating on us, then you say how much you love your white skin and white bodies and white oppressor and all that. And then the next video, oh my God, they're over here in Puerto Rico. They're buying up our properties and I wish they would go back to the States. Like, girl, I can't. Like, I'm done. You know, and so I just want you guys to think about that. If you have any comment, please leave it in the comment section. Like, share, follow. Let's keep the conversation going. If you're American and you can relate to these TikTok posts that I keep seeing, speak up. I mean, don't sit there and let these people just talk crazy to us. These are your cousins and your uncles and aunties who are doing this, who are actually saying that they have no African DNA in them, and they looking like damn near like my twin. So make it make sense, because it makes absolute zero sense to me, and I'm pretty cool about whatever people want to think about themselves. But one thing I really have a offense is that how the hell are you sitting over in our neighborhood with your shops and your bodegas and your, you know, any kind of gimmick to sell shit to a black person, you okay with that. But then you turn around and shit on them and call them lazy and dumb and all kinds of buffoonery type things, and you're playing into your oppressor's opinions about us. So let's talk about it. I mean, I'm here for it. I got time. Let's sip that tea, coffee, whatever beverage you want to bring to the table. Come on. I am Princess Ariel. Yo soy Princess Ariel. Bienvenido a los Estados Unidos. Soy tu prima. Y, you know, and that's what I want to say. I don't, you know, I got time, and it is what it is. So yeah, come on to my channel, Princess Ariel M. Subscribe, and let's have that conversation, because these videos are insane. Bye everybody. Adios.